Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsan. Let's have a look at the headlines. South Asia should be an integrated tourist zone, President says. ADB grants assistance to reform water supply sector in Sri Lanka. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe expressed his desire to integrate the entire South Asian region as one tourist destination in order to provide an enhanced experience more for tourists. He also said that the newly appointed Maldivian President Mohamed Muzi expressed interest in making the initiative a reality. The President said this delivering the keynote address at an event in Colombo.
When I was in Maldives yesterday and I had discussion with the new President Muzi, we were wondering why we cannot have Sri Lanka and Maldives as one tourist area. So there's new thinking on all sides. How do we work together? And I thought I will devote my time on how the region can get together. After all, you have to remember that the economic power is coming into Asia. You already have East Asia, which is well established. You have ASEAN, which together they say can be the fifth or the fourth largest economy in the world. And then we have this part of the world. India by itself will be the third largest economy, but we must also function as a region. I don't think we will have the model of the Asia Pacific totally integrated, but nevertheless, in some sectors, we can certainly promote integration and leave the other sectors out. That's the only way I think that South Asians will be able to work together with anyone else. Sri Lanka is going to be, but we have decided, I put forward a new economy during the budget proposals. Actually, I had no budget proposals. I only had proposals regarding the new economy. Having recovered from the economic crisis, restructure, what was our main aims? One was the trade surplus, other was the budgetary surplus, and to modernize. So what our principal objectives are? Competitive economy, digital transformation, energy transition, and a green economy. A regional logistic hub. Utilize Industry 4 technology for the future.
A discussion between the government of Sri Lanka and representatives from the Asian Development Bank took place at the Presidential Secretariat today. The meeting was chaired by the Chief of Presidential Staff Sagala Ratnayaka and was attended by Minister Jeevan Thondaman. The focus of the meeting was on the water supply sector reform program in Sri Lanka, which is said to be implemented through financial assistance from the Asian Development Bank. The deliberations primarily addressed the policy planning and monitoring framework integral to the proposed reform program. The key objectives of these reforms revolve around enhancing the management of climate resilient, safe and environmentally sustainable water supply systems. The discussions also delved into strategies for fortifying the policy framework, emphasizing governance, sustainability, efficiency, resilience and capacity in water operations. It was underscored that the initiative would be undertaken collaboratively by the Prime Minister's Office, the Ministry of Water Supply and the National Water Supply and Drainage Board. The Secretary of the Ministry of Water Supply, RMWS Samaradivakara, and Asian Development Bank's Country Director, Takafumi Kadano, were also present at this meeting. The Ministerial Consultative Committee on Investment Promotion revealed that several laws and regulations are to be passed within the next 3 months to encourage investment in Colombo Port City. This was disclosed when the Ministerial Consultative Committee on Investment Promotion met under the chairmanship of State Minister of Investment Promotions Dilum Amunugama recently. The revelation was made when the Ministerial Consultative Committee inquired officials about the current situation regarding the legal system operating in Colombo. COO of the Colombo Port City Economic Commission, Revan Wickremesuriya, said that the measures for the successful implementation of these laws that have already been taken. Wickremesuriya also said that although there were special legal arrangements for commercial activities in the port city, other legal systems in the country are in effect. The committee also discussed the delay in obtaining approval from the relevant ministries and institutions for the implementation of the investments to be brought to Sri Lanka. The chair said that the difficulties faced by the investors due to the increase in electricity bills have been paid attention to and will be solved using alternative solutions. Furthermore, officials of the Export Development Board said that an agreement has been reached to export cinnamon to China as a food product in Sri Lanka. Stay tuned. We will return after the short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Minister of Ports, Shipping and Civil Aviation Nimal Siripal de Silva conveyed that the disbursement of the second installment provided to Sri Lanka by the IMF is anticipated to occur in December. Furthermore, the minister emphasized that the budget 2024 marks the commencement of a comprehensive long-term initiative aimed at the reconstruction of the national economy. Minister Nimal Siripal de Silva said this during a press briefing convened at the Presidential Media Center on Friday. The minister underscored his commitment to implementing projects with a long-term nation-building focus rather than pursuing short-term popular initiatives. The minister also said that the government has actively worked to alleviate the hardships faced by marginalized segments of the population. He pointed out that the budget has addressed various impediments that have historically hindered the country's progress, thereby establishing a foundational framework for development. The minister said that the budgetary allocations and concessions are designed to address the diverse needs of the populace while also ensuring the financial sustainability of these welfare programs. The minister further said that upon the successful conclusion of the debt restructuring process, all stalled development activities across the country will resume. The minister added that efforts are underway to reorganize institutions facing challenges in revenue collection. According to the central bank, the country's reserves have reached $3.5 billion as of today, indicating positive momentum in economic stability and financial management. Batticaloa District MP Ali Sahid Maulana says that the budget 2024 has been prepared just thinking about how to attract the voters for an election. Joining in the budget debate, newly appointed Sri Lankan Muslim Congress parliamentarian said that the budget has prioritized pleasing the International Monetary Fund instead of thinking about the citizens.
This budget is not a budget for long-term economic reforms for Sri Lanka, nor for Sri Lankans, nor for the next generation of Sri Lanka. Thus, budget is solely to please the IMF and to elect Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe as President of Sri Lanka once again. There is nothing in here that addresses the burning needs of the people at all. But all it does is raise our taxes, our cost of living, and ad hoc raise of allowances to state employees and pensioners, provisions of lands for political mileage, and to thereby kickstart the election campaign for Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe.
The 26 para-athletes who participated at the Hangzhou Asian Para Games were felicitated by Mass Holdings in collaboration with the Sri Lanka National Paralympic Committee in Colombo last week. 10 medal winners, including one having won 2 medals, were presented with mementos with a special design during the event. These special design clothes have been presented to all athletes, para and able-bodied, on several occasions now. The para-athletes have represented Sri Lanka in 4 athletic meets now and wore the clothing that was specially designed to enhance their performance. Mars claimed that the innovations showcased during the event were not just about aesthetics, they were about functionality and inclusivity.
MA's conceptual icon label is doing just that. This year, the Asian Para Games, which ended a few weeks ago in Hangzhou, China, was a classic showpiece which any counterpart could be proud of or envy. The colorful uniforms were one of the attractions in the games. Sri Lanka's uniforms and competition kits stood out to be more attractive among the 43 countries that took part. Our clothing was not only attractive but also user-friendly, comfortable, and protected from fluctuating weather conditions. Its designs, I must say, was first class, and I vow to thank the designing teams and team leads for the magnificent ways that the clothing was created, designed, and stitched.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The all share price index dropped 66.74 points to close at 10,546.37 and the S&P SL 20 dropped 18.96 points to close at 2,977.9. The turnover was 1.1 billion rupees and over 25 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.